I'm tired of hearing him say, I thought that Robert Saleh should have been a little bit more understanding about my quarterback play. Of course Robert Saleh is going to praise Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is running this team. Aaron Rodgers is going to own this team by the time he's done with the Jets. Woody Johnson is going to get on his hands and knees and lick his ass. If it comes down to winning a Super Bowl, I guarantee you this billion-dollar owner will pull down Aaron Rodgers' pants and give him a nice sucky. That's the facts, Jack. Your mother's speaking for you. You're all over social media. She's speaking up for you, saying that, well, we thought that we were going to sit out this season. Who's we? You're not playing football. Your son's playing football. Just shut up. Let your son speak for himself. You want to wipe his ass? Wipe his ass. Or get your girlfriend to wipe his ass. Because God knows he's hanging out at barbecues doing it with her, too. It's horrible. It's disgusting. The Jets need to shut this kid up. Get him out of the locker room. It's been nothing but torture, and they should be firing Robert Saleh. Robert Saleh should not be there next year. I don't want to hear about he didn't have his quarterback, and then we have to see what he does with Aaron. How do we know Aaron Rodgers is not going to tear his knee in the beginning of the season again? I still think Aaron Rodgers, if healthy, is one of the top 3 quarterbacks in the NFL.
Coachability is one thing that you always look out of a young quarterback. Is he going to be able to learn? Is he going to be able to develop? And also accuracy. Zach Wilson's worst moments came on short throws a lot of the time, and that's a big problem for today's game that prides itself on completion percentage, prides itself on accuracy, and making guys yards after the catch, making guys open in space. And Zach Wilson just could not do that on those shorter throws, and it's wasted Garrett Wilson. It wasted Breece Hall, maybe a full potential. He's still at 1,500 yards. Imagine if they had like even average quarterback play, or maybe you're looking at 1,900 scrimmage yards this year. The other thing is just coachability. Like, I know Nathaniel Hackett did not evolve for Zach Wilson, but still, Zach Wilson is not somebody that's done well with other coaches either. And at this point, any team trying to trade for him, you better hope that whatever coach you have can make it work, because it just is not there for Zach Wilson.
Zach Wilson NFL career, so he'd probably go bounce around from team to team and being a backup just because he's a first-round quarterback. But I give him a year or two, he's probably in the XFL. Relive his career. Kid, he's a mama's boy that still needs to study the game and understand the game. He went to BYU, didn't play in the SEC, so he doesn't know. He has to grow up. And I think he thought Aaron Rodgers was going to be the savvy vet to teach him the game and somebody he could learn from. But that's not what it is, because as you know, when Aaron was in Green Bay, Jordan Love even said the same thing. A-Rod wasn't buddy-buddy with him like that. Why am I going to be buddy-buddy with you when you're here to take my job? Who does that? Most guys, especially veterans, when you're hurt, they don't come to the building like that. They come in for their rehab in the morning. They're not coming to sit in a meeting. They're going home and be with their family. This is a no-brainer. Every now and then you'll come around, but I'm hurt. You lose morale. Unless the team is winning, you're going to really be around. But other than that, stay out of the way because you can't produce nothing.
He's not efficient. His completion percentage is 60.1%. It's by far the worst in the league. It's not even close. It's like 2% worse than everybody else. 2% is very bad in the NFL. At one point, he was 59%. You can't get any worse than that. And by the way, he's crying that Aaron Rodgers wasn't communicating with you. What is he, your boyfriend? Why does he have to communicate with you? You're talking about one of the greatest quarterbacks of this time, of this era. You think that Aaron Rodgers is worried about lonely you. He doesn't give a crap about you. He cares about healing and getting back on the field and making his damn money. He could care less about a witch doctor. He could care less about a baby crying to everybody's mommy that he is not playing well and blaming everybody else, who, by the way, ruined everything that he had with the New York Jets last year after the Patriots' second game, after throwing his team under the bus, not taking responsibility for his bad play. As a matter of fact, throwing his defense under the bus that has been doing nothing but wiping his ass.
And the defense was so good that it just wasted one of the most historic seasons for a defense of a team that bad. How often do you see a losing team have the stats defensively that the Jets did? Now, the run defense wasn't great. Gave up in the fourth quarter a lot, so some stats ended up being rigged, but a lot of teams end up doing that. Nevertheless, that was historic for the pace they were on for a lot of different categories, especially in the secondary, which Sauce Gardner, again, another all-pro, as much as Asante Samuel doesn't want to give him the respect for it.
Yeah, but I think everybody look at the stats. Yeah, you could be leading stats. The only stat that matter in the NFL is wins and losses.
But they're done in different ways.
No difference from, shout out to my South Carolina girls women's basketball. We're still undefeated. But the only stat, when we lost that year, we didn't win a championship, is when we lost. We went undefeated, and then we lost the game, and we couldn't make it to the championship. So it's like, you do all that hard work to be the Cowboys. You win 12 games, you're not making it past the first round? Come on.
Now that the Lions have made the NFC Championship, there's only two teams that have never made a conference championship in the NFC in the 21st century. Washington, terribly dysfunctional, and the Dallas Cowboys.